Where I grew up, being a drug dealer is how you make your money. You get one time to be big time.
I was loving the film. I hadn't read Dutch, but I was familiar kind of with the genre, but I thought it was a really enjoyable film. Had you read the books already too?
Oh, for sure. I read the books many moons ago while in state prison, probably 15 years ago. I honestly learned how to read in prison. I probably read at a sixth grade reading level. But while incarcerated, came across all of the incredible Terry Woods books, and pretty much taught myself how to read there. And to be full circle, all these years later, and to actually be in the movie, it's just unreal.
Yeah. Talk about how you got cast. Did you already know some of the folks? Did you know Manny? Shout out to Manny, because I love Manny.
Yeah. I didn't know anyone. I had a meeting with Manny Haley and Jamal Hill, with my management team. And in that first meeting, because he was telling me about these projects. And I'm like, oh yeah, like what projects? And he threw out True to the Game and Dutch. And I'm like, what? I read all of those books while incarcerated. And so like, we just clicked. And I ended up signing a 5-picture deal. It was so fun to play Craze because he's so opposite of me in real life. You know, Craze is methodical and just vicious and loves doing dirty work, you know, like just really got off on it. And so it was at first kind of challenging and a little triggering to tap into this role. But it was fun. It feels incredible to finally have a passion. You know, I knew that modeling was a stepping stone. To some extent, I'm forever going to do that. But how do I have longevity in the industry? You know, and I found it. You know, I found my passion and it feels good.
Wow. I was going to ask you, did you get bit by the acting bug? Because when we got introduced to you, which was like whirlwind, like boom, you're on my screen, Prison Bay, hashtag Twitter, there you are. You know, you got out, you started modeling. And so hearing that you got into acting, that's what I was going to ask you. Was it something that you wanted to do?
I like to challenge myself, you know, and modeling is not challenging, you know, but taking on all these roles is definitely a challenge. And I can't wait to show the world everything that you know, because I'm waiting for this rom-com. You know, I'm a romantic at heart, you know, like I can hit that switch and turn gangster, but you know, like I'm a ladies man. You know, so I'm waiting for that rom-com, you know, role that I'm gonna murder.
You've got some more movies coming up, coming down the pipeline. And you're working with such great people. So I know there just has to be sometimes when you're alone, do you just sit there and be like, wow, like my life?
I cry. I pray and I cry, and I'm so grateful that I honestly have so many blessings that I can't even count them all. And that's what makes me emotional, because I can't even name them all off. And that in itself is just, you know, so yeah.
I'm really happy for you. This is dope. This is really dope. And I'm sure it's inspiring so many young kids who grew up, you know, where you're from or just anywhere similar.
You know, I'm always in the juvenile halls and the group homes and the CYA, because I was that same kid, you know, waiting for someone to come talk to me. And it was never anyone that any of us related to, you know. And so I wish I had someone like me come in and talk to me and motivate me, you know, because that's where it starts at, you know, like.
Yeah. Now you're a celebrity. Can you go back home? Can you like go back to your old neighborhood? Is that, no?
I could, but I don't, because you know, in fear of the police. You know, I'm afraid the police will do something to me. They're not very happy with my success, and that you know, I'm doing positive things. You know, you would expect them to be, but I fear that something bad would happen to me had I go back.
Interesting. So more so the police than like other guys in the neighborhood. Wow.
Yeah, everyone is I motivate everyone. I give people hope, and there's no hate. I've got no hate from none of the street dudes, no one. It's nothing but love and, well wishes. People want to see people do good.
What is the dream role? You're acting now. So what is it? I know you said rom-coms, but is there something like maybe a person you want to play? Like,
I wouldn't per se say a life story, but definitely I want people to see that my range is so much bigger than, the street, shoot 'em up, bang, bang. I'm versatile. I've experienced, like, I can pull from every situation I've been through in life, and I've been through every situation. And so, like, I have so many tools.
yeah.
And so I just want people to see that I'm gonna shock the hell out of you.
Yeah. The ladies would love
They're
it.
ready.
I mean, I think, I'm sure you'll be humble, but ladies love you. I'm sure you notice that on social. You get a lot of women. Are your DMs popping? Are like girls in the DMs just like trying to holler? And I ask this to everybody. I'm always like, I'm
A little
curious,
bit.
like celebs, do you guys even read them?
Not too much, like I get a lot of DMs, but I don't look through too much. There's a lot of hate. And so, I just try to protect my energy at all costs, and, stay focused. I'm trying to change the generational wealth, the generational gap. I'm trying to set my kids up for the future, things that my parents weren't able to do for me. I'm focused as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I have my eyes on the prize, and that's my kids' future.
I'm sure people ask you all the time, are you single though? You get that question all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am single,
Okay.
and I will remain single for a while because I'm focused on my family and my career. And I don't want to be pulled in any direction that I don't want to be in. Like, I'm very focused right now. So
Yeah.
life is crazy. It's always gonna, it's ups and downs, it's highs and lows, and it's, but you just got to take it all in and appreciate the now. Not next week, but right now, because 2 hours from now is not promised.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm very grateful for everything that I've experienced and been through, and
Yeah.
who would have thought?
Who would I know?
Who would have thought?
Jesus, he saw, this is what he saw.
And that's another thing. Like, my whole life, people told me, man, you're supposed to be famous, man. What are you doing? And it's like, I'm out here, gang banging. It's like, famous? What do you mean? Like, that don't even make sense. But then when I was sitting in federal prison, it hit me. I was always supposed to be famous, but God waited until I was mentally and emotionally in the right place to take on this blessing and not f it up.
Yeah.
So it's all God's plan, and I'm a vessel, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
Are you thinking about maybe even writing your story? People are still so interested in you.
It's all in the works.
It is. Okay,
Everything,
good.
yeah, all in the
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. I was hoping when I asked if there was a person you wanted to play that you were going to tell me that you guys were already working on your movie.
Yeah, I
Something.
still would not play myself.
Yeah.
I like Jesse Williams, if there ever was, to be, I think he would crush it.
He would.
Plus, that's my guy.
Is it? I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it would be amazing.
Do you have, because I saw there was a picture you have on your Instagram with Lisa Ray. Everybody loved Lisa Ray. Like, she was everybody's crush. Do you have a celebrity crush, or did you have one years ago?
I mean, Diamond was always one of my, there's many. I don't want to throw them out. You're good.
So I said, or did you have one? You don't have to say for who
Yeah.
now.
No, for sure. No, for sure. For sure.
And you're getting this opportunity
up
to work with all these people. That's why I was like, this has to just be the dopest time to be Jeremy Meeks.
Yeah, and the thing is that, growing up, people put all these people on pedestals. And now, being around, I don't understand why. Because everyone's just normal people. They're regular people. Yeah, the fame, and the money but when you sit down and you talk to them, they're just like me and you. They're just regular. They just shoot the shit. They're funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, their issues that, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's
What does your
nice.
family think about this? Like, what are your parents, cousins, aunties, uncles, like, what do they think about this?
Everyone, you know, is just as shocked as I am. They can hardly believe it, you know. They're very proud. Yeah, they're just, you know, I have a lot of people counting on me and depending on me, and you know, it's, you know, I work better with the pressure. So it's a blessing, you know, to be a positive influence, especially for my kids.
Yeah.
You know, the things I was doing before were just extremely negative. And so, you know, it's everything to be a positive influence for my son and to show him, you know, that anything is possible. And he's actually landed his first movie role. Yeah, they start filming in a couple months. So it's just, it's a
This must
blessing
be an
to open
older
doors.
son, because you have a younger son.
I have my 11-year-old, my junior, Jeremy Jr.
Okay.
And yeah, and then I have Jaden, who's in Monaco. But yeah, my son Jeremy Jr. landed his first role. Yeah, and then my stepson was in one of my other movies that hasn't came out yet. It's just, it feels really good to open doors. And I've actually gotten a couple of my homies. I got my cellmate from federal prison into one of my movies, and all of us. So I had my play brother, my cellie from the feds, and another one of my homies from my neighborhood. All four of us in one scene, and all of us had did prison time separately, and all of us had read the book.
Crazy.
Like,
Man.
how full circle, how good is God?
I know. Amazing. Are you trying to also use your platform to help other inmates realize some of the rights that they do have and help them get more and be able to get in the workplace?
Definitely. There's a lot of people we're trying to get out that are unjustly locked up for numerous reasons, like a lot of weed cases, especially with the laws changing. Like, how are people still locked up? How are people's, you know, there's so much. But to answer the question, 1000%, I am using my platform in every way I possibly can. Also just started working with, I've always been working with Fashion Nova for many years, but I just gained a partnership with Rich, the owner of Fashion Nova, and we now secured a bunch of clothes for the kids in the group homes here in the Los Angeles area. Tons and hundreds of kids that were lacking on a lot of the necessities.
And nowadays, you guys can use your platform. You can go on Twitter. I mean, the things, I know people joke about Kim Kardashian, but the things that she was able to do and get done,
she's killing it.
I'm not mad at her for that, you know?
Everyone that talked bad is the same people that sit on the couch doing nothing.
Yeah.
She changed lives. I know Kim. She is an incredible person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really did some huge things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
people that were never coming home, they're home right now. They didn't have no action I'd ever seen the streets again. Kim Kardashian brought them home. Like,
yeah.
and then everyone that's sitting around doing nothing wants to talk about it. It's just crazy. But, you know, you got to let the haters hate.
Last couple of questions and I'll let you go. Quarantine hit everybody. Like, we was all like, what do we do? What do we watch? What were you binging? What were you into? Like, and did you pick up a new skill? Like, do you cook? Does Jeremy Meeks cook? Does he throw down in the kitchen? Like, what did you do?
No, I don't cook. I cook breakfast. I'm a good breakfast, you know, I'm a breakfast guy. I specialize in peanut butter and jelly French toast.
Okay.
So you just make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich with a little extra peanut butter and jelly, and then you dip it in the egg with the cinnamon and yolk regular, and then just cook it like that. Cook the whole sandwich. Only a little bit of syrup because of the jelly.
Okay. I like this.
But aside from that, I mean, I started watching a lot of documentaries. I like knowledge. I like to learn, you know. Do I watch series? Yeah, I do. Sometimes I get stuck on one, but I'm trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I also started working out a lot. You know, I work out 4 hours a day. It's become like a serious addiction of mine, like to just stay, you know, busy and, you know, focused, and it helps relieve a lot of stress and, you know,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I'm a homebody. Um, before the COVID hit. So I never mind staying in the house, you know.
So you weren't going crazy. People were like
Oh,
bored in the house, bored in the house, bored.
oh,
No,
no,
you
no, you gotta
weren't.
understand, I did, you know, 10 years in prison, you know, so being stuck in a very comfortable, you know, place it's not.
Yeah.
And with the people I love, you know, I have my kids, I had, you know, my loved ones. I haven't seen my youngest son in a year, with him being in Europe, but I FaceTime, you know, 3, 4 times a day, you know, like you just have to adapt. I've never had a problem with adapting to any situation. So, you know, whatever comes my way, I'm
Yeah.
gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna stay productive, and I'm gonna stay blessed.